Hey survivors, and welcome back to another installment of the Apocalypse Post. I'm your host, Makeshift, and I've got your 2020 Post-Apocalypse Festival rundown coming up, including festivals in the USA and the EU. That's pretty much worldwide. And a very quick reminder to subscribe by hitting the button below and click the bell to get alerts when I post a new video. All right, this list has 13 immersive, costumes mandatory events, and there's still way more that haven't even announced dates yet, so there will be, most likely, some more updates coming later this year. I've got all the Facebook event links listed in the video description, so if you want to learn more about any of these, just look below. And make sure to do your research for each one because they all have their own rules, their own entertainment lineups, and they each have their own preparation needs. So you don't want to be dressed for cold in the desert, you don't want to be dressed for the desert in the cold and the rain, and make sure to survive. Make sure to prepare so you can live. Okay. First up, next month in February is the only inclusion that's not a multi-day festival, but had to be included on this list because it's just so freaking awesome. The Wastelanders Ball takes place on February 29th in Los Angeles, and for this one-time special event, Wasteland World Incorporated is splitting the Globe Theater in two and hosting the same Mad Maxian party on one floor and an all-new cyber sci-fi event on the other. This is your chance to fancy up your dystopian wardrobe. Get it? Wardrobe? Wardrobe. Wardrobe. Anyway, this is your chance to fancy up your dystopian wardrobe and dance the long night away. Fallout fans can find themselves at home at pretty much all of these events with certain limitations, but Operation Blue Dog is a specifically Fallout-themed event that happens in southern Arizona, March 6th through the 8th. Power armor, ghouls, and mutants are all allowed at this one, and the best part, it's f***ing free. Coming up in April is the third Nukelanta Junkyard Festival, taking place April 1st through the 5th in a real scrapyard in Georgia. They feature deathcart airsoft races, live music and dancing, a huge crafting station, and they allow attendees to take whatever they find in the rusted out scrapyard. Next up, also in April, on the 23rd to the 26th, Wasteland World is bringing an all-new festival called Neotropical to the Wasteland Weekend site. It's a sci-fi and cyberpunk festival taking place on a distant desert planet. The one big rule for this one is no recognizable characters, so you have to stay original and find some inspiration on the website neotropolis.com. Detonation at Uranium Springs is coming up fast. Never mind. Detonation at Uranium Springs is coming up fast on May 27th through June 2nd. This event is held on private land, and so attendees have been permitted to build permanent structures over the past several years, creating a beautifully scarred landscape. The event includes death rally racing, a live shooting range, live music, and more. Okay, coming up in June, Atomic Falls is back for its fourth festival at the D-Day Adventure Park in Oklahoma from June 17th to the 21st, where they promise downed aircraft, wrecked military vehicles, dystopian buildings, and the best thing yet, access to showers. So fresh and so clean, so fresh and so clean. All right, July is all about the EU with two different events. I don't know how I haven't heard about this one before, but the Road to Ruin Festival in the UK will be holding their fourth event starting on July 3rd through the 5th. It takes place on a deserted World War II airbase and has all the expected post-apocalyptic mayhem, plus a full-on vehicle convoy and workshops featuring ass throwing. Yeah, that could work. Ass-throwing workshops. Okay. And workshops featuring axe-throwing, whip-cracking, and sword-fighting. Heading into their 16th event, which beats out every festival on this list, Old Town takes place in Poland from July 19th to the 25th. They start with a 4-day post-apocalypse LARP to start the week, and then an all-ages festival wraps up on the last 2 days. All right, this August, EPOXI East is returning for its second event from the 13th to the 16th. So far, they're the only event in the Northeast, specifically they're in Pennsylvania, and they offer up live music, performances, mud wrestling, and an RC car demo derby. All right, on to September. The mother of them all returns for their 11th year, September 23rd to the 27th. They're the world's largest post-apocalypse festival with several thousand attending and hundreds of Mad Max-styled vehicles. You just cannot beat this festival. It's the one to go to if you go to any. Info at wastelandweekend.com. All right, as the desert starts to cool, you can check out the Festival of Ash coming up October 15th to the 18th. This one takes place at the ruins of an old mining smelter, whatever that is, and you can expect all the regular entertainment vehicles and mayhem that you've come to know and love. Aftermath 2120 takes place in Alabama from November 11th through the 15th. Dubbed as part con, part festival, Aftermath concentrates a lot of energy on providing post-apocalypse workshops along with airsoft, deathcart races, live music, and a ton of bartering. Okay, finally, I've got one last event from the End of Days family called the Charu Tree. Am I saying it right? Charu? November 26th to 29th, which is a Dark Tower-inspired event. This year falls on Thanksgiving weekend, so get your chompers ready for the customary fried turkeys and bring your extra warm costumes, because it gets pretty cold and chilly, and it could be wet. Alright guys, that's everything I've got so far. There's a few events I've followed over the past that aren't happening this year, so appreciate the ones you've got and support the people creating these incredibly unique experiences. It takes a ton of work, money, and organization to put on these things, and the best thing you can do is go and have a good time. Let me know if I missed any great events in the comments, like this video if you think it's helpful, and make sure to subscribe for more of the Apocalypse Post. Stay alive.